You've had a forum for quite a long time, and
I've had a forum for a
you join in on that, and you're quite big on Twitter.
Yeah, yes, I am. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of things about musicians on the internet that really annoy me, and I always feel really conscious about promoting myself on the internet, because I think that's a false avenue, and you look like a horrible, self-obsessed person. However, what I do enjoy doing is interacting and joining in.
Yeah.
So I try to never do a thing where your sole interaction is telling people buy my record.
Yes.
I feel crass doing that, and I wouldn't want to do that anyway. I want to make friends with people and know how they tick.
Yeah.
And I guess at some level, everybody wants to. Sorry, this is going to be a long answer.
That's fine.
Right. One of the things I do, giving away my secrets now. One of the things I do when I record other people, when I produce other people, is before we start, I generally ask, why do you want to make a record?
Yeah.
And the answer, and people generally scramble around to try and find an answer that doesn't make them look like a horrible person.
Yeah.
And they try and come up with it, and you go say, yes, but why? Why not just go and train as a plumber? Why do you want to make a record? And even then, if you want to be a musician, that's not good enough. Why are you making this thing for people to listen to? And generally people try and find the correct answer, and they scrabble around for a bit. But the reason I do that is because the correct answer is because I want people to like me.
Yeah. Which
sounds horrible, but that's the truth. If you're making it for you, then you might as well just make the music for you, and not, if we're going to if you're going to pay money to record this, then you might as well record some. You're making it because you want other people to like it,
yes.
And by extension, like you.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a negative judgment. That's just a thing of, you want to make music that people will like, and it's for it to be an extension of your personality, and therefore they like you. So I guess at every level, whether they'll admit it or not, people generally. There's a small part of it where everybody wants to make music because they want people to tell them it's good, or they want people to at least think it's good, and get as positive a feeling as they got from making it. So I guess I enjoy things like Twitter, and I enjoy Facebook and my forum and things like that, because it's people that are into the same things I'm. By the fact they're probably into the same things I'm into, or at least some of the same things. And they're the kind of people that I quite like. I like talking to people about stuff that I'm into.
Yeah.
So, Twitter's great. Kind of, some blogs are great, though I don't really update mine enough, because I generally don't feel I've got enough interesting things to say at any moment of the day. But it's good because you can share things that you like with people that are likely to like them too. That's the kind of basis of all of this.
Have you ever twittered something you would rather you didn't?
Yeah, all the time. All the time. You can give it. I mean, at the same time, there's giving away too much of yourself. The thing about Bowie and whoever is that they had a bit of mystique about them, and I do miss that. Yeah. And also, there are times when it kind of does invade your privacy a bit. I mean, I know a couple. Well, I'm thinking of one specific person who I won't say who it is, but who is quite averse to that because they feel it's an invasion of their privacy, and they don't want photos of their children and
completely
to appear on the internet and so on, because they just feel like it's a little bit of a thing. But at the same time, I don't. In the least wishing to do myself down way, I don't really have a life outside of this. My social scene is generally with people that play the same kind of music.
Yeah.
And I'm lucky enough to do my hobby for a job. So I don't really do much outside of this. So it's all fair game.
Okay. Can you explain to a layman what a producer actually does?
Well, again, it's not. I think it's not a fixed thing. You know, they kind of pick up the slack, and it can take the form of making the music. It can take the form of just, you know, of kind of just operating the gear so the musicians can think about making the music. It can just take the form of just being a bit encouraging.
Yeah.
I mean, the producer Rick Rubin, has got this thing about saying his perfect record would be one where he didn't actually have to turn up at all. And I don't think he means that in a lazy way. He means it in the less people there are get in the way. You know, if he can be encouraging before the session, and then the session happens.
Well, he's renowned for coming into the studio like once a month or something.
Yeah.
Coming in, he says his encouraging things, and then the band think about it for a while.
Eno does that as well. Brian Eno does that. Self-editing is quite a tricky thing to learn.
Yeah.
Just objectivity is quite a hard thing to come by.
So can
you
you meaningfully produce yourself?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, there's a few reasons for that. You can, you know, it becomes a bit self-helpy if you're trying to encourage yourself. You can produce your own records because you can produce how you work with other people, but I don't think you can produce yourself if you did it all yourself. That's just being the artist.
So how do you maintain objectivity then in the process?
I guess the answer is through taking a lot of time. I mean, this record I'm working on now is a very, very tight time schedule for me. It's about, you know, it's like 6 months before it has to be done, which is incredibly fast for me. But I think that's how you do it. I mean, I just kind of let things bed in before you commit to them. Yeah. So the reason it takes me such a long time is just because you work at something and you work at something and you work at it, and then you kind of let it sit for a bit, and then you come back and see if it's still any good.
Yes.
And things that pass that process are the things that stay on the record generally.
Do you would you work with an outside producer?
Yeah, totally. I'd love to.
Yeah.
But there isn't. I mean, I'm sort of working with an outside producer on this one. The problem is, as soon as you bring outside people in, you need to pay for them, and I'm still working on, I run the label myself. I do everything to try and save money, and it's kind of, there's still, it costs a lot of money. It costs lots of money to make records, and the prevailing opinion seems to be that people don't want to pay for records anymore, don't want to pay for music, and they feel it should be free. But still, it's enormously expensive to record, to make records.
Yeah.
And for all of that, you can buy software and do it in your house. You can't. While it's true that you could make a record, that's a very specific type of record that you could make in a bedroom.
Right.
And while this is my bedroom, it's obviously a fairly well equipped bedroom, and also the equipment I've got is kind of refined over time to work in that environment, and work.
So how much of what ends up on the record is recorded here and recorded in a?
The majority of it is recorded here. I do. Well, the record I'm doing on at the moment, I'm probably not going to do the vocals here. It'll be the first time I haven't done the vocals in my own room. The drums were done somewhere else. The drums on all my records have all been done elsewhere. Oh, other than the Jim Moray record, which was done in the room that I rented at the time. I had a studio outside my house. But that's because you need the room for them.